think we kind of really want to focus on...
The lights are bright.
They are, aren't they? We kind of want to focus on a bit more on sustainability. And I just want to begin, because we heard an awful lot about SAF.
Yeah.
And as an engine manufacturer, how much does that play into your thinking? And from a technology perspective, are we there? What kind of progress needs to happen?
We are making progress, but we have a lot more to go. I mean, a lot of the panelists talked today. There's a framework on how to meet our sustainability goals. There's technology, there's operations, there's fuel. If the fuel is SAF, it could be hydrogen, it could be electric, it could be hybrid electric. But from a SAF perspective, what's available today, we're ready to go. It really is about supply. The future is looking at a more available SAF, even a more sustainable SAF. And we're always engaged with testing from an engine component level, but also a system level, SAF as it becomes available. We've done 100% SAF flights on nearly all of our products now. And it's a continuous technology development that we're well invested in.
And when I think about sustainability, to my simplistic mind, for what is such a existential challenge, is almost to view it in sort of what you can do today and what you can do further on. So for today, I mean, there's a lot of aircraft out there flying today.
Yep.
There are more aircraft being delivered every week.
Yep.
I mean, how much of a difference can you make in terms of efficiency to the current fleet and the incoming fleet?
Well, again, there's the fleet renewal. We have absolutely upgraded all of our products over the last decade with the LEAP products, the GNX, the Passport. The Catalyst will soon be available. The GE9X will soon be available. So as the airlines are going through their fleet renewal, there's a big opportunity there. We already talked about SAF, but in addition to those items, we do have a way to wash your engines. It's called a 360 foam wash. And the technology in the foam is much more effective at maintaining and cleaning the engines, which result in less fuel burn, less emissions. It's available on all the products today. And then we also offer airline customers a suite of digital tools from our GE Aviation digital team. It's a flight management system. They've run a few opportunities, maybe you could read about it, with some of our partner airlines. The pilots can actually see how they perform after each flight, and they reflect on ways they could have made the flight more efficient. It works really well, and airlines who have adopted that are finding a lot of success in that as well.
And in some of these sustainability challenges, how are you working with airlines and the industry in general, in Europe in particular, as to how will you address those?
Again, we're open to partner in any way an airline wants to do that. We do advocate the washing of engines. We do advocate doing the test runs for SAF, all the different pathways, piloting them on our engines, and again, leaning into our digital tool of applications. I think there's a lot of opportunity there. And then,
if we sort of cast our minds out, and we can go as long as or short a horizon as you want, but I think maybe over this next decade or the rest of the decade, what do you think will be the big technological development or leap that can be made?
Well, the leap is there, but it's definitely an exciting time. GE and our partner Safran through CFM, we're invested in really three big, bold moves. One is called RISE, which stands for the Revolutionary Innovative Sustainable Engine. But that program will demonstrate our open fan architecture. It'll demonstrate use of hydrogen and hybrid electric. We will fly that application with Airbus on an A380 later in the decade. The second is around hybrid electric. So we've got two programs going on hybrid electric programs. We will test a complete powertrain on a Saab 340 powered by a CT7 in the middle of the decade. We'll be able to turn on and turn off the power from a battery back to the rotor and exchange how it works. It's a megawatt capability. We'll be flying at an altitude where it's really the technical challenges. We'll do a very similar demonstration here in Europe with our Catalyst engine and GE Avio, really testing the powertrain integration with the hydrogen fuel cells. And then lastly, we're testing hydrogen combustion with Airbus, and really looking at the cryogenic fuel system and what it takes to really fly with a hydrogen fuel system. And we'll do that with Airbus in the later part of the decade as well. So a lot of investment. If you're an engineer, this is absolutely the decade to be here, and we're looking forward to what we can do.
I was going to say, just lastly to finish, because there's so much, there's a lot of innovation going on in this sector at the moment. I mean, how do we sustain that? How do we keep that going? Especially here in Europe, I guess?
A lot of what I mentioned is actually being done here in Europe. In fact, Europe is absolutely a leader in innovation. It's what we're really committed to is the open fan, and the open fan will fly first here on an Airbus airplane. And we really appreciate the support Airbus is giving CFM on the installation and how do you make the open fan work on an underwing in a way that delivers the fuel burn and the noise and the safety that we are committed to. The other programs, the hydrogen demonstration is happening here in Europe. The hybrid electric is happening here in Europe. GE Avio will bring into service the next generation turboprop and propellers on Catalyst. So a lot of innovation that we're very vested here. There's about 10,000 GE employees based in Europe and the UK, and we're all in and committed to making the EU a leader.
Absolutely. And you talked about hydrogen there. What kind of market do you see for that? Or
hydrogen? Well, there's a lot of technical issues to get through. We all know you need green hydrogen to really make it effective. It is ultimately how you get to a real zero emissions. But I think that safety first, and then just the technical challenges that go with creating the hydrogen and flying it safely is the challenge for the next 10 years.
Yeah, absolutely. Kathy, I really appreciate that.
Thank you.